Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another edition. Hello, Angela. How are you doing?
Doing good and dressed differently today because I'm trying my Viking look today for the Viking fair. It's coming up May 3rd. So since the runes are associated with the Vikings, thought it'd be a good idea. Right here at the show and see how people like it. See if they like
Oh,
it.
yeah. Hello, Dell, Kathy, a little twisted, and Natalie. Everybody that's starting to slide in. Yeah, looks great, Angela. What
Thank
fun,
you.
you know what?
Thank you.
What fun. So,
Maybe I'll attract a Conan the Barbarian up there.
you're right. See, Dell says they love it.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. And of course, there's a lot of that going on, and most interesting things have been happening. Of course, I've been getting a lot of dream messages, and then this past Sunday, I had one where I was with a small group of people, and we were in a very nice commercial building of some kind. It was very nice. It had very nice rooms. It was all very modern. It seemed like a brand new place. And somebody looked up, and when we all looked up, we saw this light coming down from the sky, and it looked kind of like a glowing cloud. It was coming down from the sky like a comet. And somebody said, "Hey, Jesus is coming. Jesus is here. Jesus is here." So I realized we have to go outside, and I said, "Lord, help us. We have to find a way out of the building because all these buildings are going to be destroyed." So we all head downstairs, and I said, "Lord, just help me, show me the way out, show me the way of safety." And suddenly I was at an exit. Everybody was with me, right behind me. We all went outside, and as soon as we got outside, all the buildings around us just collapsed.
Wow.
And we were all saved, and we were all just looking up. So I feel like it's a very significant dream because especially emphasis, because all the buildings around us were commercial buildings. So that would indicate some sort of, to me, some sort of financial crisis
Right.
in the financial sector. So that's up and coming when it's just like everybody's going to look up. It's like it's going to feel like the end of the world. But the message of the dream is keep looking up and look to Christ, look to heaven for your guidance and for your comfort and for your rescue. Just keep
Yeah.
your eyes focused on heaven and on the spirit, and you'll, you'll be through it. You'll be through it before you know it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we're talking, don't forget, the routine. Put your name in the pot, and I'll put you in order for a reading if you like one. Chris says, "Wow, that was an intense dream." And a good message on
Um,
the end. So,
yes.
so, all right, I'll put you in there, Dow. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Hey, Lori. Nice to see you there. Michelle, got you in line too. So, got you, Chris. Nilda, I got you there. All right, here. Start that one too. Yeah, so all right, Linda Judd got you there. Lori, I got you there. Kathy got you there. All right, here. Yeah, so I just told Angela that we're moving to Memphis, Tennessee. And Andrew's like, what?
That's going to be a long trip for you when you come up to Salt Fork.
Yeah, it'll be worth it though.
It not be too bad of a drive. It's not.
About
No, it's not.
7 hours.
Oh, that's a day. That is a
Right.
full day of driving.
Did I ever tell you I hate moving?
Oh, I hate moving too. But the last time I moved, I lost like 8 pounds. Just moving furniture. It wasn't like and I wasn't moving any place long distance. They just had me. What they were doing, they were renovating apartments, so they were moving people to the newly renovated ones while they were renovating your old ones. So they would shuffle people around. So I just got shuffled around the parking lot, but still, I lost 8 pounds in about 2 or 3 days. Well, physically demanding it was just moving everything and packing everything and getting it set up in the new apartment. And then when I
Yeah.
moved up here, I moved in winter time, and boy, that was moving in winter was tough. Everything's frozen, and trying to load everything on the trailers, and that was awful. That was awful cold. It was awful brutal.
Right. So Dow, before we Angela reads, I drew a card, and you probably ain't gonna be able to see it because I got a green screen on, and it's an escape card. So they say I have a serious question for real. Dot 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 dot. Am I living with a soulless person or a nasty narcissist? Well, I shuffled the deck like 27 times and it's saying to escape. So I'll let you figure that one out on your own in Godspeed. And then
Okay.
I'll let Angela take it from here.
All right. So the first rune I get on here is Kenya. So Kenya's is wisdom, which means pay attention to your intuition. So this rune is telling me it's confirmation to pay attention that your instincts are right, that this is not a good situation for you, and you need to leave it. According to that rune, that your instincts are right on. The next rune I got is Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is the rune of victory. It's also oath, promise, is also looking upwards. And what I get from this is that not necessarily rushing out of this relationship, but I feel like looking up first is important, like looking to heaven and putting your trust in God and asking for divine intervention in this situation. So, this also points up to the North Star. So, this points northward. And the last rune I got for you is Rytho. So Rytho is the rune of honor, is the journey of the sun. And the runes are telling me, like, yes, this is not going to get any better. But you need to look up, pay attention to your intuition. Your gut is telling you, you're listening to your gut, and what your gut is telling you is correct. You know, I don't feel like this person, I get the impression this person is just
Keep talking.
okay, this person is just has a really ugliness in them that's not going to go away. And it's just going to get worse and get worse and get worse until they decide to deal with it themselves. Until they decide to change, nothing's going to change. And
You get
so
to
it's
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I do see
Is there any
you
more left?
with this rune
Okay. Thank
doing the right thing, and actually it feels like that you end up leaving that relationship, and it feels like you take the path of the sun. It's like you plan this and you take care of this and you're led out, but you have to be led out by spirit. So spirit will help you. Ask for the intervention, ask for guidance, is what the runes are saying. And I keep showing light, and that light will lead you out of this. You just follow the light out of this.
Was I not muted?
No, I don't think you were.
Was I talking about apples?
No, I
Okay, I
just
was muted. Thank you. All
okay.
right. I was like, oh my God. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, you're spot on because when I clicked on Dow, I was like, it's a
Yeah, I
tough,
see it.
tough situation.
Yeah, a
And
person.
Okay, Curtis says yes. And one of the things I can say, Dow, you need to pray on it too. And Dow, another thing too, come check out our new show Wednesdays at 7, Mary? Yeah, 7 o'clock. It's a very spiritual channel. So, and hopefully it helps you. Welcome, Irene. Welcome, Jason. So nice to see you both, especially Jason. It's been a while. All right, let's see who's next here. Nilda, come on down. I'll draw cards for Nilda and see what Nilda comes up with. So hopefully Nilda's been doing okay. So yeah, Lori, it's Wednesdays at 7. We're going to expand that show. I think we're going to have some morning shows, Mary. Some morning shows and some bedtime scriptures. So we may be laying in bed with the Bibles. Who knows? So
There was a great book I read that was the Jewish was called The Jewish Names for God, and it was written by a woman who is very familiar with Hebrew, and then she showed you the name in written in Hebrew, then what it says in English, and it was just all titles and names for God, and it was a very wonderful thing to use for meditation.
Okay, actually, Nelda got 2 cards. So very interesting, Nelda. On your first card, it's a Sagittarius card, and it talks about seeing things that maybe you should understand a little more, and probably seeing things through. And once you implement them, follow through on those. I don't know why I'm telling you that. The second card is the second house card. It has to do with money. If I get it in front of my face, see the money symbol, the money, the pyramid. But it's talking about owning something. I don't know what that's referencing you for, but it's talking about owning in responsibilities in whatever. Why am I hearing doctors? You need to own what the doctors are saying and following. So okay, you are okay, good. 'Cause I haven't talked to you in a while, so I have no idea. So, and I just got back the other day, so I'm glad you're okay. Curtis, I got you in line, brother. Go ahead, Angela, for
Okay.
Nilda.
So just a moment. My laptop has decided to go a little nuts. Okay. Let me go to the next thing. There's the next reading here. Nick Gonzalez. Oh, Nilda Gonzalez, sorry.
Nilda.
Nilda. Let's see what I got drawn for you. So the first rune I got is Burkana. So Burkana is the rune of protection, prosperity. But what I got, I feel hugged. I feel like secured this way. It feels like the divine feminine hugging you, holding you. And it feels like you're very well nurtured and protected by the divine feminine. The next rune I got is Dagaz. So Dagaz is the rune of enlightenment. It's also the rune of light and dark, and it's the sun at the highest point of the sky. And what I'm getting here is clarity. Is like you seeing things more clearly, more precisely the way they actually are, as opposed to being clouded with somebody else's judgment or even clouded with your own biases. It's like you see things for what they really are. And the next rune I got is Helgelas. So Helgelas is the rune of transformation, and it's also can be the hailstone, which is disruption and interference. But I get transformation aspect of this. I feel like transformation, like a big transformation is in progress, and it has to do with this tremendous healing that's taking place, and it's from your past. So when you see Helgelas come up, Helgelas usually deals with healing from the past and a transformation that occurs from that brings you to a new sense of self.
Right, right, absolutely, absolutely. Hello, Scott, and So the Facebook group, I just put it down in the chat for the ones that are not members of it. It's called Church of Divine Grace and Divinity. So make sure and check it out. We have prayer requests in there daily. You don't have to say what it is. There's just a place you go to, and you can say, I do, or whatever, and we'll have a prayer request for you. Yep, thanks for the reminder. I notice says it makes sense. And of course, I hit a button and I knock it all off. I love touchscreens, but man, you got to be careful what you touch, right?
Right, exactly. My dad's laptop's got a touch screen on it. It's kind of crazy to work with sometimes.
Right.
It just kind of goes on its own. You don't know what's going to happen.
All right, next up is Chris. And we already answered that one. Let me see here. I don't know if I got, you know where mine, never mind, I've got them. Well, I can only find one. It should be right here, honey. Is that it right there? All right, so Linda Judd. Let me scoot my computer desk back. Will I get this apartment inspection? Let me ask again. Will Linda get the apartment inspection? All right, I'll let Angela answer this one.
All right.
Because Angela knows what answer I got.
What I got was no.
Yeah, that's what I got. I already got no in my head, but I want to use the dowsing rod to confirm it. And once I ask, will I get this apartment inspection? Look, I get smacked no.
No, absolutely. That's the same thing I was getting.
So, I'm sorry, Linda. Now, Linda, I'll tell you this. Don't get discouraged because what we have is things called free will. So that means that things can change in every second, every minute of the day. Something that you do or something that on the other end, paperwork or whatever can be changed in an accident, could be undone or a clerical error. So don't get discouraged. But, you know, if people ask questions, be prepared for the answer that you shall receive. I'm just saying. So, interesting.
I see that Lori Gibbs wants to wear a tiara too and go out. She says she wants to wear a tiara.
Yeah.
Linda, I can draw runes for you just to see what the circumstances surrounding it. Maybe
Right. That'd be great.
It'll put a clarity on what's going on in the background there, because it may be something that's out of your hands, or maybe something that you can do about it. I'm not sure. Let's just see what the runes have to say about Linda Judd's apartment inspection. So the first rune I get is Gabo. So Gabo is usually an exchange or a gift. So I feels like somebody, to me, feels like there's somebody in the apartment complex or somebody at the that owns the place that feels like you've been given a gift. Okay? It feels like that you've been given a lot from them. And the next rune I got Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is victory here. And what I have is victory. And so I'm seeing a man associated with this. So there's a man that's considering this, that's involved in this, and it feels like the administrative level, your apartment complex, that's overseeing this. I don't feel any hostility or anything from him. It's just he's very caring. He's a very good man. I got he's an older gentleman. The next rune I got is Kenya's. So Kenya's is wisdom. It's the light. It's what I'm seeing here. That according to the runes, it's like it's just not the right time. It's just not the right time, and that's all there is to it. There's a man there that is in the office that handles all the administrative stuff for the apartment. He's a very good guy. He's a very sweet soul, um, but there's just too much going on, and there just isn't a time for this right now. It's not the most. It's an opportune time may come in the future. It's just now. It's not the opportune time.
So Lori says, so I need a reading, please. Somebody passed away. So Lori, before, I just want to let you know, I already drew your 2 cards. So before I explain this, I want to know just a brief thing, what happened, if that's possible. Angela from reading heads up, Patricia. So I don't know who Patricia is, but the first card is life's purpose. It's a beautiful card. It's got a heart on it. It's got the life eternal flame. It's got an angel on it. So I'm not going to go too deep on life's purpose. Your sister-in-law whose besties died. I don't know what happened. I'm getting like chest compressions and a headache. I don't know if that's me. Yeah, she served her purpose. I didn't want to say that on the air. So, but the second card I've got was the South Node card, and the South Node card talks about life's debts. So usually when debts are paid in life or generational debts are paid, what happens? You move on to the next level. So she had a stroke. Oh, so that's why right here. Was it her left side? She was awake when she had the stroke too, didn't she? Because she felt like she panicked. She was panicking. I'm not for sure. So, but anyways, those are my 2. Go ahead, Angela.
Okay, and let's ask about Patricia.
Yeah, it was her left side. She's saying, you see, I feel it right through here. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Lori.
Let's see. Okay, the first rune I got, this is Ewas. So Ewas means journey, and I feel like somebody came and got her. And it was from the other side. Like somebody was there to meet her. Okay, it wasn't like she had a difficult crossing. Somebody came and got her. Okay, and took her over. But it feels like it's a male. It feels like it's a male that she knew. Came for her and came and reassured her, comforted her, and then took her across to the other side. And then I got this rune. So this is So this is death and regeneration and communication. So this rune comes up. And again, I'm feeling an end. I'm feeling end, like this was the end of the journey that was meant to be. And I feel like she's in the phase of just enjoying this other person's company that took her, this male. She's very attached to. She's very happy to see. Came and got her and took her to the other side, and they are very happy, and she's just enjoying it. And what she's showing me, I'm seeing a lot of orange. I'm seeing like vibrant orange colors, like an orange sunset or a sunrise, and I'm just feeling a lot of sun and just relaxing, and it just feels so freeing. The main thing I'm hearing is free, free, free. And the next rune I got is Kenya's. So Kenya's is wisdom, it's intuition, it's also light and guidance. And I just feel this incredible joy. This feels like the incredible release. And I feel like what I'm seeing is light, but I'm seeing the color orange. It's like very prevalent with her. And I'm getting that she's like one with the light, enjoying things, because I keep seeing a woman smiling. and she's very, very happy where she is, and I feel like she is enjoying, like, I'm feeling grass beneath my feet. I feel invigorated. I feel very young. So she is at a point of where she experiencing a great deal of joy, and she is in the light. She's literally crossed over, and she's experiencing this great joy and with this man. Um, and I keep seeing the color orange over and over again for her. I don't know if orange was her color, or she just like sunrises and sunsets, because I see orange.
Interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds like a great person.
Oh, Charles, her husband. Okay. And then
Yeah.
out of her three children passed. Okay. And orange, just orange as a general sense, orange is like the color of um, kind of socializing, communication, also water energy. But we get this the belly chakra movement. So, just generally speaking, orange is a very vibrant color and has to do with a lot of interacting, a lot of movement in the body. Um, I just get the sense that she's like just relaxing where she is now and enjoying things right now. And when people cross over, it sometimes is a few months before they start the communication with the living family members. And I had a man who I was in love with who passed away when he's in his 20s, and 30 years later he reached out to me. So it depends where they are on the other side, because there's no time over there. Short time for them on the other side is a long time for us.
Right. Absolutely. Sorry about your loss there, Lori. Godspeed. All right, Cassie. The first card I drew on you, Kathy, was Mercury retrograde.
Mm.
So, but with yours is talking about reinvention. So it's either we reinvent our life to a better destination or destiny upon the horizon that we must seek upon the path that we choose. However, watch the thorny bushes as you walk. Even though you may choose a path well traveled, is that the path that you should travel? Don't ask me why I just told you all that. I was told to tell you that. So I don't know what that means. All right, Angela.
Okay, so I am reading for, and who are we reading for?
Cassie.
Kathy A. Okay, I want to be sure. Kathy A. Okay, Kathy. So the first thing I'm getting here, the first rune. Okay, the first rune I get here is Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is the rune of victory. It's the rune of pointing upwards, but this is also oath. And I'm getting the oath aspect. It feels like you made a promise to yourself that you're determined to stick to. Like you promised you wouldn't do this, that you wouldn't make the same mistake again. That's what it feels like. It feels like that type of, like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to go down that same path again. And the next rune I got here is Helgelaz. So Helgelaz is transformation, it's disruption, it's the hailstone, but it can also be healing and transformation. So there's transformation. This rune is saying there's still a lot to be healed up from the past. There's still a wound there that needs to be healed. That's what Helgelaz, that's what I'm getting from Helgelaz. It's saying that you need to work on that wound. It's still open. You haven't closed it yet. And the next rune I got is Dagaz. So Dagaz is where we get the English word for day from. Okay, this is the height of power of the sun. And what I'm getting from this rune is I'm being told to tell you, see things the way they actually are. In other words, don't let your emotions cloud in or your past experience. See things objectively. Try to see things as they are, not how you want them to be, and not how you feel, but how they actually are.
That is correct.
Do you hear that rain?
Yeah, I hear it. All right, Jason. I drew a card for you. If I hold it still, you'll see it. It's a Leo card. And for some reason, it's saying, I will, I will, I will. So I don't know what's going on in your life since the last time you and I spoke on the channel. Uh, but we need to change your mindset. And it's like, yes, I will get this done. Yes, I will follow through. Yes, I will get this taken care of. And I will follow through on my actions. I don't know why I'm telling you that either. So hopefully you've been doing okay. And I'll let Angela finish it.
Okay. And I'm reading for Lori.
Jason?
Jason. Okay. Jason. Okay. Jason McQuarrie.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. See what the runes have to say. So the first rune I got here is this is Thorasa. So this rune is advising caution. So right now I'm getting from this rune not to make any hasty decisions right now. I feel like this rune is saying to kind of stay with you are and kind of work on things internally before you take action. Okay, so the next rune I have, this is Algae. So Algae is the rune of sanctuary, protection, and also has 3 forms of energy represented here: neutral, positive, negative here. Algae represents the world tree, and for the most part usually represents sanctuary. So what I got from you is that there's still work to be done on the inside, that you need to create a sanctuary for yourself so you can just work on you. I also feel like there's a lot of grief that's unacknowledged here. I feel a lot of grief like in my heart and also lower down. I feel like something that's kind of deep. Feels like there's an unacknowledged grief that needs to be addressed and taken care of, that's been around for a long time that you're not aware of because it's just been there for so long. And the next rune I have, this is Kenya. So Kenya's is intuition, this is light, this is wisdom. I'm getting off of this rune is to follow the light and to look to the light. So you'll have to do the inside work, the meditation, and incorporate. When I see that rune come out, Kenya's light, let's talk about the divine light, the ultimate light, the source of everything to meditate on and to incorporate this light. So also what I'm getting as well is there's different colors of light that can aid in your meditation and help with your healing process. So depending on what color is right for you, it can hit the right areas of your energy to help balance and help you set yourself in the right mindset for path. But I am being told you have to take action. You have to take action towards your healing and release that grief. And the purple ray is great for breaking up old patterns. The red ray is good for breaking up and getting you to act. The red light for action. Also, I've seen red light work for people who are chronically depressed. And of course, you have, yellow that brings in that self-empowerment energy. And then there's also the white energy and gold and ruby and gold together. It's ruby and gold in the diamond light energy. All of that can be very helpful. You can imagine each color of the full spectrum, and just imagine you breathing it in and breathing it out, and see how that feels.
That's interesting. Yes. You're always spot on. You know that?
Well, thank you. I just listen. I just listen to what spirit says, and whatever I get, images or even smells, feelings, sensations, I just pass it on.
And so, what do you get on this question? Nilda says, if you have any time left, could I ask another?
Mhm.
Will I be taking a trip to Florida soon?
Okay, Nilda, let's ask. If you're going to be taking a trip to Florida soon. Okay, I'm getting a yes. This is land goose. So this is flow. This is positive, and it means water. So where you're going, there's going to be a lot of water. And I also see regeneration as well. So a time of regeneration for you. And last room I got, this is Manas. So Manas is the rune of intellect, wisdom, human wisdom. But I'm seeing bridge. I'm seeing a theme of bridge, like an actual bridge and like a pier or something, and it just enjoying that, the water, and with water all around it, and just really having a great time. Now keep in mind too, I'm going to be on this Saturday and Sunday. I will be at the old Paulding Jail in Paulding, Ohio. So if you want to come out to that, and that's on 112 South William Street in Paulding, Ohio. And it's a tiny little town, and there's a tiny haunted jail, and I will be doing readings there along with the others.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. So what was the address again?
It's 112 South William Street, Paulding, Ohio.
And what's the date for that one?
That's this weekend. So this Friday is I'm driving to it, and then I'll be doing readings Saturday and Sunday there. And starting at noon on Saturday, and of course, I think noon on Sunday. So, you can actually go to my Facebook page and get more information. You can look up the old Paulding Jail. But it's really a wonderful experience. I've been there last time. Shelley, who runs that place, she cooks really, really well. So none of us starve, which is fantastic. But paranormal activity, like within the first 5 minutes of me walking the door, I'm not even finished unloading my car yet. And they already had 2 apparitions they caught on a security camera walking through the basement, a woman and a boy.
I'll be right back. Go ahead, keep talking.
And while I was there, also, I did have some men who were inmates at the prison. They were all friends. They were actually quite polite to me, and I was actually laying down in one of the cell blocks, and I was at the top floor, and they were looking in on me, and one of these men showed me a house. He said, "I grew up here." I felt like the house was nearby, but then when I had left the jail, I actually drove right by it and recognized, oh, this is the house that he grew up in, that he showed me. I also there were some gentlemen there that became friends there in the basement of that building where they were kept. And they hadn't met each other before, but they were put together there, and they regularly visit. And so it's very interesting. We also had on that security camera, it looked like there's this huge pine tree that was out front that appeared to be moving. But when we step outside, the camera wasn't moving. There was nothing in front of the camera, but the tree was stationary, and it was very strange. So, any of you have any more questions for me? We're waiting on Grizz. Oh, Natalie, were you skipped? I'll read you right now. Did you have a question, Natalie? Oh, Georgia. I see, for some reason, I see Georgia. She's like on her back legs and on her little tippy toes and just doing this. It's really cute.
All right, okay, next up is Curtis.
Well, Natalie said she was skipped. Natalie Ross.
Oh, did I skip her? All right, Natalie. I didn't see it. I must have. We'll go ahead and do Natalie.
Okay, Natalie. Let's go ahead and get your reading for you. So, Natalie, first rune I have for you. This is Feyu. So, Feyu being money. So, I feel like you actually have a little better luck with money. I feel like you have some extra coming in, some disposable income that it's okay to spend. It feels like you've gotten a little monetary reward there in recognition. The next rune I got is Thorasos, which is caution and boundaries. Want to being told here is to set strong boundaries for yourself, for discipline, like not to, so that you don't spend too much, right? So you don't go crazy. And just make sure that you are in moderation, that you kind of set your boundaries strong. Like, I'm not going to spend this much. I'm going to set aside this amount only for fun, and only this amount. That's it. And kind of go with that, so that you're not kind of overdoing it. The next rune I got for you is, and you said you wanted a message from Tasty Gal, if you can as well. Well, after this reading, I'll see if I can get a hold of him here. Next rune I got, this is Mana. So Mana is the rune of intellect and also wisdom, and also the bridge that connects the spirit to the material world. And what I'm getting off of this is that you've got a good head in your shoulder. It's like the spirit world is acknowledging, like, you're doing really well intellectually. Like, this is how you make your living. It's everything is up here. As far as your Sedgekel, who is your angel, your spirit guide. Okay. He comes to me with a star. He comes to me with a star in his forehead, and he's looking very dark blue, and it's kind of like a nighttime image that he's showing me. Okay, he says peacefully. He says sleep peacefully. Is the message that I'm getting from him. Sleep peacefully. So let go of your worries and sleep peacefully is what I'm getting from him. Okay, who's next?
All right, we'll do Curtis because I already drew a card.
Okay, Curtis.
Curtis is the 7th house, and it talks about partnership.
All right,
I'm not going to elaborate. I'll let Angela elaborate.
Okay, Curtis. All right, Curtis. Let's see what we got for you. First rune I got is Kenya. So Kenya's is wisdom, it's guidance. But I see you with a light in the dark, like going through the woods, like holding a flashlight and going through the woods.
It's Curtis.
That's the image I'm being given. Okay, so the next rune I got is Degas. So Degas is the rune of the day. It's enlightenment. It's revealing everything that's hidden. It's also shadow. I feel like it's like you spend too much time in the dark, is what I'm being told. It's like you spend too much time in the dark, is what I'm being told, and that you need to explore the light. So when I see this rune, it's like, look for clues in the light. Look for clues. I see you in the woods, like looking for things, and that you need to look for clues in the light, because I feel like you'll find something, that you uncover something in the broad daylight that you suspected but didn't realize was there. And you go back in the broad daylight, check it out, and you find what you're looking for. Okay. And the next rune I got is Helgelas. So Helgelas being the rune of disruption, destruction. It's that sudden interference. And I'm getting off of this. Okay. You need to go towards the light. So go towards the light in the prior rune. And this rune is talking about storming, like a stormy situation. With a lot of disruption and things turning upside down or inverted. And it's meant to shift your perspective, because it feels like the spirit world is trying to change your perspective radically, and it's something that needs to happen. It's not pleasant when this storm is created for you to make that shift happen, but it needs to happen, because that storm is going to clear out relatively quickly, and you'll be able to see with a whole new perspective.
Well, that's right. It's actually true. Natalie, your card is the 4th house, talks about roots. That can be several things. That can be planting your roots and where you're going to, or going back to your roots in your foundation and strengthening your roots and getting grounded. Go outside, take off your socks and shoes, and walk around the grass, hug a tree. And but it's talking about your roots, your roots in your life. So you need to really think about that and see how that goes. Angela Chris L.
All right, Chris. And thanks, Rebecca. She's complimenting me on this piece here.
Yeah.
So, Chris L.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so the first rune I got for Chris is Nadis. So Nadis is the rune of need. It can also be stress. It's necessity. It's the need fire. It's an emergency. I'm making a fire. That's what it represents. These two sticks being rubbed together because they're in the woods and you need to make a fire quickly. So the first thing I'm getting off of this, I feel stressed. I feel like there's something going on. I feel like a weight on my chest. I feel pressure. I feel stress. I feel like tightness on my chest. And when you look at runic poetry, they did mention nadis they did describe nadis as a tight band around the chest. So I'm feeling that part of it. That feels stressful. The next rune I got is Thorisos. So Thorisos, when I see this, I see a warning about boundaries, caution, be careful. Impression I get from this is to be really, really careful because you can't. I'm being told that you can't keep up this stress for much longer. Okay, there's something you have to have a break. Like you have to have a boundary. You have to have a place of rest. The next rune I got is Yara. So Yara is harvest. It's also 1 year. It's where we get the English word for year from. Is this word from this rune, Yara? What I'm getting from here is that when you start to manage your stress better and you back off, I just feel like, back off a bit, back off a little bit, keep backing off a little bit at a time. And eventually you're going to get much more reward than what you initially thought you were going to get. So you get a lot more prosperity and a lot more recognition and a lot more joy just by backing off a little bit and reducing your stress a little bit and backing off gradually more and more. And you'll be surprised at how much reward that you get. It feels like a lot that you worked for, it starts paying off big time because of all the hard work you put in. It starts paying off. It starts coming back and making dividends for you at the point when you start backing away from that stress and taking care of yourself.
That's right. Well, what another fantastic hour, Angela. Spot on like always.
Yeah, I love this, and thank you so much. And I'm just happy it's spring now. And don't forget, see me at the old Paulding Jail this weekend. And Paulding, Ohio is right on the border of Indiana. So nice little town. Please come and see me. I'll be happy to read for you, and there'll be other people there. Come to the haunted jail.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And from coast to coast, around the world, Godspeed, everybody. We'll see you on the next show.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Bye-bye.